What's up YouTube? Mr. Whiskers back. Today we're going to talk about which running app is best for you. Nowadays there's a lot of running apps out there on the market. It's getting a lot more saturated, so it can be difficult to figure out which one to choose from. I'm going to jump on the phone here and share my screen. I'm going to go through a few of the ones that I use. Yes, I said a few. Nowadays, because there are so many, you do choose to get connected via different ones. So with that being said, there are a lot to choose from. Under Armour has one, Map My Run, Nike has one, Strava, Garmin. There's even a cool one out now that's Zombies one, like you're being chased. So there are a lot to choose from, which is not a bad thing. It's about figuring out what works best for you and how to move forward with it. I'm a big advocate, though, of having some type of run tracker, even if it's your Apple Watch. That is something where you can at least track your miles, especially if you're a new runner, just to look back and gauge and see how far you've actually come, see how many miles you've been putting into in a month or eventually a year, and so on and so on. I think that's something to be proud of. It's something to celebrate. Even if for the first month you only put 5 miles on it, hey, that's awesome because it's 5 miles more than you probably did the month before. So find a run tracker that works for you. I like to use a few different ones because I have a lot of friends that are connected on the different ones. Again, running is about community. There's a huge community out there, so it's fun to get connected and to see each other's progress and to kind of cheer each other on. So if you're new to running and you're looking for an app, let's dive into a few right now. All right, everyone, so as you can see, my phone's right here. I'm going to talk about two specific apps. First app is going to be Nike Run Club app, and then we're going to talk about Strava. Both have their perks. I like them a lot. You'll notice that most running apps now can all connect and share with each other, which is kind of crazy, but that's just how the running community is, and it is nice. So you can see when I pull up my app, I'm ready to run if I want to. It's connected to the GPS. If I want to do an indoor run, I can just select indoor. So for those of you that do like to run on treadmills, this is one thing I do like about the Nike Run Club app. The Strava app, which we'll talk about in a few, actually doesn't allow for treadmill runs, which I'm not really a fan of. I wish they would. Sometimes out here in Arizona it's way too hot, so it is nice to have an indoor run occasionally. But you can also see on this front screen I have a basic run towards the top. One thing I do like is you can change it to where it's distance based, time based, or speed based. It's nice. So if you're looking to run a half marathon, once you get past 7 miles, the app will actually start counting down for you in miles that you have to go. So instead of saying you're at mile 10, you're at mile 11, it'll actually just say 3 miles to go, 2 miles to go, which is kind of neat because it does help you just relate to the run a little bit different. Or if you're just looking to go run for 30 minutes, hey, you can set that. That's something that I haven't seen on the other apps. So I do appreciate that about Nike. You can also see from this home screen, you can connect to not only Apple Music, but you can also connect to Spotify, which is kind of neat for your runs, to where you can have music playing and it's all kind of connected through the app. You'll notice here there is a shoe on the top left. One thing that's pretty cool about Nike is that you can click different shoes that you wear on your run so that you can track the miles on them. And there's another section for that I'll show you in a second. So if I go over here to the bottom left, you're going to see there is a feed. So just like most apps, you're going to find where you can track your friends. They'll post pictures. You can see their distance. You can like, you can comment. So that's something that's pretty neat for you to stay connected with people. If I do click the next one, you're going to see your history. How many miles have you ran total with using the app? So you can see here I have my total runs, average distance, average pace, and then I can see the runs that I've had throughout the years and check back. If I click on a run, it's nice. It's going to show me even more detail. If I had a heart rate monitor on, it would show me that, which my Apple Watch was just dead. But you can see the route I took. You can see my split times. You can see the shoe that I wore. You can also adjust your effort where you ran in notes. So it is something where you can really get granular with what you're trying to do when it comes to your runs, which is pretty neat. The top middle, you'll see achievements. So you can achieve different things through the app, which is neat. It'll track your fastest times, 1K, 1 mile, 5K, 10K, all the way up to a full marathon. You can see you'll get awards for how many miles you run in the month, how many run streaks you have. And then it has fun little things like if you run on Valentine's Day, if you run on Cinco de Mayo, if you run on your birthday, if you run on New Year's Day, you're gonna get cool apps or cool achievements. And then once you dive into these, there are challenges that you can win, and I'll get into that in a few. The next one at the top is run levels. So again, if you're competitive, it's kind of neat to push yourself because again, a lot of running is competing with yourself. But they do have different achievement levels. So right now I'm working my way through the purple, hoping to get to the black and then eventually to the volt. So if I go down to the bottom and push the run guy, we're back to the screen we've already seen. The next one is going to be the challenge pages. So you can actually see where you're at when it comes to challenges. You can join challenges. There is a leaderboard, so you can see how many, where you rank versus all your friends. Now, again, running is about yourself. It is about competition, which is fun, but don't let the comparison start to discourage you. The person that I see right here, you know, the top person has ran 64 miles already. I've only ran 2. So it's not always about that, but it is fun to compete with your friends. You can create challenges between you and your friends and have people join. So like for me, I facilitate a run club. We can create challenges for our group. Then there is run clubs all around the world when it comes to Nike, so you can definitely join one. And then this far right one, because Nike is a running company, you can buy shoes through them if you like their products. If I go up and click the left icon, I'm going to see all my shoes. So it's nice because with running, you want to make sure you're not overusing your shoes and you're staying healthy by picking the right shoe and knowing when to retire them. So as you can see for me, I probably need to retire this shoe because I put way too many miles in it. So I will retire the shoe. I can bring it out of retirement if I want, but then you'll notice down here retired shoes, so you can kind of see where you're at with your progress. So I have quite a few shoes I should probably retire because I don't wear them anymore and I put way too many miles on them. So that's a pretty neat feature. You can see your feed, so any post you do, it's kind of nice. You can do fun posts. They have stickers. They have different fun things that you can add to your account to help you out. Just make your profile look more better when it comes to the things you're posting, and you can also just see all your friends at the bottom. So that's the Nike Run app. A lot of cool features, a lot of benefits that I do appreciate. Now if we jump over to Strava, as you can see when I pull up Strava, it takes me actually to my feed first. You can see your friends. You can actually see their, you know, where they actually ran, if they did connect it outside or if they entered it manually. You may not always see what they did. The nice thing about Strava is if you have a watch that is connected to GPS, your activity will actually save through your watch and you can push it to the app, which is neat. So where you don't even always have to open Strava. The same goes with Nike. You can go to your activity to see where you've been up to. That's something that's nice. I do like the way you can share runs with Strava to where you can share it to where it's going to show time and distance in the map or whatever pictures you put. So I think that's kind of cool. It makes it pretty easy to share your runs. And then also you can connect with different run clubs on Strava, which I think is pretty neat. So in this, it'll only show feed for people that have joined this run club group. So even if they're not my friend, if they have a public profile, I'll be able to see their runs. And then you can switch back and join different run clubs. So for me, Ride AZ, that's the run club I help facilitate, so I can see what's going on there. If I do click on it, I can just see where my progress is versus everybody else. So there are a lot of people that have done a lot more distance than I have. Somebody's already done 31 miles this month. So that's kind of neat. If you go to the Explore page, this is where you can find stuff that's geared towards you. Challenges, just like Nike has, but this one connects to a lot of huge retailers, which can be fun. And sometimes you can win money and discounts, along with search for local run clubs. When I do pick the run, again, it's GPS only. It's not going to let you, so that's why you can't do treadmill runs with Strava, because you're not moving. Strava is a lot more versatile because not only can you track runs, you can track bike rides, walks, hikes, swimming. So it's very versatile for those that like to get out there and do more than just running. So keep that in mind. Then if I go to profile, I'm going to see myself. I can see the posts and the pictures I've done. I can see how much I've ran this month, biked this month, and swam this month. You can set weekly goals or yearly goals. The hard part with that is Strava does have a paid service. So it is one of those things, if you want some of the upgraded features, you do have to pay, which is totally worth it if you're into serious running. So that is something to keep in mind if you want to do that. And that's just the Summit thing down here. So you can see like Summit features and perks of it does come with discounts, it does come with training packs, different things like that. So for Nike, all of that is offered for free, but for Strava, it is something you do have to pay for. So just keep that in mind when you do it. You do get alerts so you can see what's going on there. But overall, if you like to run in a Garmin watch, what's nice is Garmin will save and you have it push to Strava and Nike Run Club. So a lot of my friends, they actually have like 4 or 5 apps that they're connected with because each app just has a different cool feature. I have a good buddy that's very into collecting badges and achievements. So he collects Garmin ones, he collects Nike ones, he collects Strava ones. And so whatever motivation you need to keep you going, just go with it, you know. For me, I just got into Strava more seriously just this last year. Again, if I run outside, it's easy to use. But if I run inside, I just, you know, it's a pain in the butt to always have to plug in my runs just to show that I did it so I can track my pace. So for you guys, the big thing is just figure out what works for you. I would definitely say if you're new to running, find a running app, pick one, whether you like Under Armour, whether you like Adidas, whether you like Nike, whether you like Strava or Garmin. Just pick one because in the end, you want to be able to track your progress and see how far you've come. It is nice to do that. Again, with Nike, it's pretty easy when I look at my my history. You know, in December, I can see I ran 40 miles on 13 runs. In November, I did 33 miles. I traveled a lot in October, so I didn't get hardly any miles. And then 47 miles, 56 in August. So it's neat to look back and just track your progress. And if you're new to this, look back and see how far you've come, not be upset with you wish you did more. It's a mindset. It's framing your mind correctly to really catapult you towards your goals and not to pull yourself back mentally from those. So I hope you like this video. Give it a thumbs up. Comment below on what running apps you use. Also, if you haven't already, I'd love for you to subscribe to the channel. This will help me out greatly in trying to grow my subscriptions up. My goal is to hit 1,000 this year. So I would love to have you support that. And let me know where you're at in your running journey. I would love to kind of hear your story and support you however I can.